Hello, good afternoon. This is going to be part C of the OET. Let's start with the text here. Okay, as we can see on the screen, this is about text 2, which is a migraine, more than just a headache. So in text C, there will be multiple paragraphs. As you can see, after the paragraphs get finished, you will be asked the questions beginning from after you finish this paragraph. Yeah, so there you go. This is going to be back to back. So the benefit in part B is that you know already which where to find the information. Here it's going to be slightly more challenging, however not that much, because anyway the questions are usually in the sequence. So if you can see, so 15th question. So here the approach is going to be like this. First you go to the questions and then you read the text, because if you read the text it's going to take a long time, and then you come to the question, then you read the text again. So in order to save your time, you will be looking for keywords. First of all, the first step is to find out where the information is going to be there, going to be available. So we will look at keywords. For example, here, what does the writer tell? Why does the writer tell the story of the news reporter? So the keyword is going to be news reporter. Here, research by Nushin Hajikani. Okay, so now we will look at vowels. Keywords are basically vowels. They are names of maybe scientists, researchers, authors, or maybe medicines or medication or health condition. So using this, you will locate where you have to find the information. Then it says, what does this in the second paragraph refer to? So here it's already given out, second paragraph, and this will be highlighted in bold. And finally this one, implication of Hajikani's research into somatosensory cortex. So you will be finding this word, somatosensory cortex, and this his name. Then coming to what does the writer find surprising about Goldsby's research? So the keyword is going to be Goldsby's. Then Maria Mickleborough. This is how you will be finding. So they're going to be, first step will be identifying out of which text do we start searching for our information. So let's start the first one. Why does the writer tell the story of the news reporter? So the question is, why does the writer tell the story of the news reporter? So there are two ways. Some of the students, what they do is they do not look at the options, because some of them after looking at the options, they get confused because there are 4 options. So they are, it depends. You have to see which method is suitable for you. If we do not give you options, and if you have to just look for the answer yourself, then maybe you get the answer much quicker. This works for some of the candidates. So let's see the question. Why does the writer tell the story of the news reporter? So here, let's go to the first one. When a news reporter, here, see the story about the news reporter. So we will have to read this and we have to understand why did he tell the story about the news reporter. Alright, so let me read it. When a news reporter in the US gave an unintelligible live TV commentary, unintelligible means it was not very intelligent, yeah, of an award ceremony, she became an overnight internet sensation. As the paramedics attended, the worry was that she had suffered a stroke live on air. Okay. Others wondered if she was drunk or on drugs. However, in interviews shortly after, she revealed to general astonishment that she'd simply been starting a migraine. So what happened is that there's a story where there was a reporter. She was giving a commentary in the ward function, and suddenly she had an incident of migraine. But others thought that it is something else. Maybe she's on drugs, maybe she's drunk or something. So what happened after that? The bizarre speech difficulties she experienced are an uncommon symptom of aura. So bizarre means strange, means not very normal. Strange, yeah. So see, right now, don't look at the options. We are just trying to understand why he has mentioned about this story. Yeah, uncommon symptom on an aura. the collective name for a range of neurological symptoms that may occur just before a migraine headache. So what she experienced was something which are some symptoms which can happen before a migraine attack, headache.
Hmm.
Generally, aura are visual, for example, blind spots which increase in size, or have a flashing, zigzagging, or sparking margin, but they can include other odd disturbances such as pins and needles, memory changes, and even partial paralysis. So this is talking about visually how the patient, how they feel, right? They have flashes, zigzag, sparks, uh, pins, needles. This is what they feel. Yeah. So now, if you look at it, what was the purpose of this? So we read about this story, right? The writer is sharing the story. So it is to give us an idea about what a migraine is, right? It is just to give us an idea. So with keeping that in mind, let's read the options and we'll strike out the options which are incorrect. Why does this writer tell the story of the news reporter? So, first one is explain the causes of migraine aura. Is the cause mentioned anywhere? Did they mention
No.
what caused it?
No.
Okay, can we remove it? Okay, we removed it.
Yes.
To address the fear surrounding migraine aura, did he mention anything which reduced the fear? Did he
No.
mention something? No, it did not. To illustrate the strange nature of migraine aura, yes, he was explaining
Yes. There
what
is.
was happening. She was
Yes.
experiencing needles. She was experiencing a memory loss. People were thinking she's on drugs or she's drunk or something which is very odd. So odd, right? Which is not
Yes.
expected. So yes, that can be the answer. But let's look at the fourth one as well. To clarify a misunderstanding about migraine aura, did he mention anything that was clearing a misunderstanding? Was there something which
No.
he was mentioning that okay, earlier they used to think like this but now they think like this? No, he did not mention anything like that,
No.
right? So what is the answer?
See,
That is right. Thank you very much. Now let's Binu, you do the second one, 16th.
the research by Nochuni Hajikani into CSD.
Okay, so research, so we will find this person and CSD. Okay, Chikani, Hanchikani, where is it? Here, CSD. Okay, CSD, and where is it? The name of the person.
Research also.
Yeah, here. Okay, okay. One area of
Okay.
research.
Okay. So we
Yeah, yeah.
have to read from the first paragraph or no need? I mean the second paragraph.
It's okay. You can read from here. Yeah, migraine is often.
Migraine is often thought of an occasional severe headache, but surely symptoms such as these should tell us there is more to it than meets the eye. In
Means
fact,
means no more to more there to meet the eye, means there is something that our eye cannot catch. Means
yes,
something that
catch.
we cannot see.
And
There is more behind this mystery. Mhm.
okay.
Continue.
In fact, many scientists have considered it is a serious neurological disorder.
Okay.
Many scientists now
Mhm.
consider it is a serious neurological disorder. Okay.
Okay.
One area of research into migraine aura has looked at the phenomenon known as cortical spreading depression, a storm of neural activity that passes in the wave across the brain surface. First seen in 1944 in the brain of a rabbit, it's now known that CSD can be triggered when the normal flow of electric currents within and around brain cells is somehow reversed.
Reversed.
Okay,
Mhm.
reversed. Okay.
Now coming to this Nochin, what is he saying? What is he saying?
Nochini Hatchikani and her team at Harvard Medical School managed to record an episode of CSD in a brain scanner during migraine aura in a visual region that responds to flickering motion. Have found a patient who had the rare ability to be able to predict when an aura would occur.
Okay, so they what
Having a
did they do? They managed to record an incident where where they could find that a patient was able to predict beforehand. He could tell it in advance when an aura will occur, right? So
Hmm.
you can read this
The
further.
patient cannot predict. Yeah.
Hmm.
This yeah, okay. This confirmed a long suspected link between CSD and the aura that often precedes migraine pain. Hajikani admits
However,
however,
okay,
that
hold on. I'll tell you the importance of this word however. See, however comes when there is a positive, however, then negative, or there is a negative statement, then you put however, then you put a positive statement. You see, it comes in the middle. So, before however, we are having an indication that they are able to predict something, correct? Correct?
yes,
So
yes,
after however, whenever however comes, you have to understand that now it will be opposite. Okay, so let's read further.
yeah.
Let's read further after however what they have to say.
However, that other work she has done suggests that CSD may occur all over the brain, often unnoticed, and may even happen in healthy brains. If so, aura may be a result of a person's brain being more sensitive to CSD than it should be.
Okay, so here it was talking about that that the that
A patient is unable to predict the symptoms of aura.
yeah, but after however they say something
Yes,
else. They said that they may occur often unnoticed. See, often unnoticed. So
yes,
here it's saying that they can predict, and here it's saying it's
yes,
often unnoticed. Means it is not sure, correct?
yes.
It is not sure because however came after however it became not stable. Okay, so now let's look at the answers. Okay, read this. Hmm.
So the first option the has less relevance from many believe.
Has less
Many believe.
relevance than many believe. It is not talking about
Yeah.
other believe or not. Did it say about others believe or not?
No.
Hmm. Next.
Did did not result in a definitive conclusion.
What do you think?
Definitive conclusion.
Hmm. In the end, what happened? First, they claimed that they did an experiment that a patient was able to know.
Predict
Later, what did they say?
predict aura.
Later, what
Yeah.
did they say?
However,
Then they
how
contradicted.
yeah
Then they contradicted their
yeah
point, right?
contradicted.
So when they're contradicting,
Yes.
is it something very stable what they are saying, or is it not sure?
No. 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 It's not sure.
Okay, so when it's not sure,
But
is it not
they
resulting in a
cannot reach the
definitive?
conclusion.
Yes, so it means they did not result in a definitive conclusion, correct?
Conclusion.
Okay, let's keep it aside. Now let's go for C and D.
Was complicated by technical difficulties. They did not mention anything about technical difficulties.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Hmm.
Okay. That final one is overturn years of accepted knowledge.
They did not mention about
No,
years knowledge, or it did not say that it didn't mention about years of knowledge anywhere.
no,
Years of knowledge. No, it didn't mention anywhere, right?
no.
And it did not even say about overturning years of knowledge. So it did not even mention years of knowledge. So there's no question about overturning. So the answer is going to be B. Why? Because it did not result in a definite conclusion. Because in the end they start talking about however, like that. Okay. So therefore B is the answer. Okay. Okay. Toby, would you like to solve the 17th answer? 17th question?
Okay.
Yeah.
What does this word "this" in the second paragraph refer to?
Okay, what does the word this in the second paragraph refer to? So here, as you can see, Bino, when you say second paragraph, we already know where we have to go. We don't have to waste time. We know
Yeah.
straight away answer is here, and it's highlighted this. So when you say this, we don't start reading from here. We start reading one or two lines backwards so that we know what it is. Yeah. So you can start reading from
Yes.
here, maybe. You can start reading from here, Toby.
Okay.
First scene in here.
Okay. First seen in 1944 in the brain of a rabbit. It's now known that CSD can be triggered when the normal flow of electric current within and around brain cells is somehow reversed.
Okay.
Nochin Adjikane and
Mm-hmm.
a team at Harvard Medical School managed to record an episode of CSD in a brain scanner during migraine oral in a visual region that responds to flickering motion.
Okay.
Having found a patient who had the rare ability to be able to predict when an oral would occur, this confirmed
This,
a long
this, this confirmed.
confirmed a long suspected link between CSD and the oral that often precedes migraine pain.
So something
This
confirmed. Something confirmed. What confirmed that there is a link between the CSD and the aura? Something happened which confirmed. So what is this? Okay. So
that the
what is this?
talking about the occurrence of CSD something.
Having found a patient who had the rare ability to, so they managed to record an episode, right, where they were able to find the patient who had the rare means this they found,
Rare.
yeah, they found a patient who was able to predict that he's gonna get it. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes,
yeah, so this is that correct? This is this
Yes.
what they had predicted.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's look at the answer. Yeah, here.
okay. This okay. A the theory that connects CSD and oral.
Is it talking about anything about connection of CSD and aura?
No, it's
Okay.
not talking about connection. The
No,
part of the brain where orals take place. The part of the brain where
no.
oral takes place.
It did
No,
not mention about any part of the brain, right? Did it?
part of the brain. The simultaneous occurrence of CSD and oral.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like this one. The
Yes, looks
ability to
like this one.
predict when an oral would happen. No, I think the answer is C
Cannot,
because
cannot be.
it talks
D.
about,
Cannot
yes,
be. Hmm. Cannot be D, right? So which one is the answer?
the answer is C,
C.
occurrence of CSD and oral.
Very good. Binu, what do you think is the answer?
Yeah, in my opinion, also the answer will be C.
Yes, C is the answer because see, simultaneous occurrence of CSD means at the same time. Same time it is happening, right? Simultaneous means same time. So it says uh, during migraine aura. See, record an episode of CSD during the aura. See, during means
Hmm.
same time, correct?
Same time.
Because of this word during, managed to record an episode in a brain scanner. So episode of CSD was happening, right? And at the same
Yes.
time, the migraine aura was also
Migraine
happening,
aura.
right?
Yes.
So that is the answer. Very good. So now let me solve the next one. The implication of Hajikhani's research into somatosensory cortex is that implication. So what is this implication? Like what does it? What does implication mean? Implication means what does it imply? Imply means what can we conclude out of it? Yeah. So implication of his research, and don't get confused about these complex names in your mind. Just it's okay, don't have to pronounce the name in your mind. Just okay, there is a name and you'll find it out, otherwise you'll waste your time. So important, I've had the Hajki research into somatosensory cortex is that.
Somatosensory.
Okay, so let's find out somatosensory cortex, what is the implication. So implication, where is it? Where did you find that word somaster? Somewhere here, I got it here. Now
There
let's
is.
do it. Haji
Yeah,
Khani
in the third
has
study.
also been looking at the structural and functional differences in the brain of migraine sufferers. Okay, so he's also been looking into the structure and functional differences. She and her team found thickening of a region known as the somatosensory cortex. So thickening of the region, yeah, thickening of the region.
Yes.
Uh, so it is about physical changes which maps our sense of touch in different parts of the body. They found the most significant change in the region that relates to the head and face because sufferers return to normal following an attack. Migraine has also been considered as an episodic problem. Says but okay, remember whenever you see a word like but or however, you better be very careful because they will change what they're trying to say, right?
Mm.
But we found that if you have successive strikes of pain in the face area, it actually increases cortical thickness. So yeah, so this is all talking about structure differences, functional
Like
differences.
change.
Yeah,
Change.
different sense of touch, right? Thickening, cortical thickness. So it is all talking
Mm.
about structural changes, correct? So
Yes.
that is what it is implying. So let's look at the answer. What does it imply? What is implying means what we could you know
Conclude.
conclude. Yeah. So here implication of is that migraine could cause a structural change. I think this is the answer because it is
Yes.
talking about thickening. It is talking about changes. So it is that. I
Change.
think that is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
answer.
Mm.
Lasting treatment for they did not talk about any treatment at all.
No.
No. Some diagnosis may be wrong. No, it did not say the diagnosis will be wrong. No. Having one migraine likely to lead to more? No, not at all. It did not talk about any
Mm.
migraine leading to another migraine. Right? Okay, good.
No.
So now let's go for the 19th one. Minu, yes.
What does the writer find surprising about Goatsby research?
Goatspeed research. So what does he find surprising about Goatspeed research?
Mm.
Okay. So surprising, yeah. What does he find surprising about his research?
Surprising.
Surprising about his research. Goatspeed research. Here, Goatspeed. I found Goatspeed. Okay. So now you have to focus on words which are surprising. It can be synonym. So this is how you will approach. Toby, when the question is surprising, you have to keep in your mind that you're
Check the
looking for
synonym.
something which will imply surprise. Okay. Yeah, continue.
Work with children is okay. Work with children is also providing some starting insights. A study by migraine expert Peter Gotsby, who splits his time between King's College London and the University of California, Francisco, looked at the prevalence of migraine in mother of babies with colic, the uncontrolled crying and fussiness often blamed on sensitive stomach or reflex. He
Hmm.
found that of 154 mothers whose babies were having a routine 2 months checkup, the migraine sufferers were 2.6 times as likely to have a baby with colic. Gotsby believes it is possible that a baby with a tendency to migraine may not cope well with the barrage of
Sensory information.
hmm, sensory information they experience as their nervous system starts to mature, and a distress response could be what we call colic.
Okay. Look at the question again. What does a writer find surprising? Okay. So was there somewhere where you found surprise?
No.
No,
Okay. Okay.
But there's some way of here. There's
Then
somewhere here that
Work with
says that
written.
of 154 mothers whose babies were having a routine 2-month checkup, the migraine sufferers were 2.6 times as likely to have a baby with colic. So I think there is a
Element of
kind of
surprise.
here.
Should I-
So he or she believes it is possible that a baby with a tendency to migraine may not cope well with the barrage of sensory information. I
Okay.
think the answer is the suggestion that infant colic may be linked to
Hmm.
migraine.
Believes it is possible that a baby with a tendency to migraine may not cope well with the barrage of sensory they experience as the nervous system starts to mature, and the distress response could be what we call colic. So
Mm.
let's read it here. Maybe it's here. Linked to this idea. Okay, so let's look at the options anyway.
okay.
What does the writer find surprise? So it is not about Goldsby getting surprised. It is about what the writer finds
Writer.
surprising. What does the
Surprise.
writer find surprising in his research? So let's see. Uh, Goldsby.
I think what is surprising is that can you please go up a little bit?
Yeah.
I think what is surprising to the writer is that he found that of 154 mothers whose babies were having a routine 2-month checkup, the migraine sufferers were 2.6 times as likely to have a baby with colic. Now, about what is surprising about Gosby is that
The
Gosby
relation. Mhm.
believes it is possible that a baby with a tendency to migraine may not cope well with the barrage of sensory information they experience as their nervous system starts to mature, and the distress response could not could be what we call colic. I
Mhm.
think is the correlation between colic and migraine. That is what is
Yeah,
surprising, I guess. That
correlation between migraine and colic. Yeah, that's what he's surprised at. Yeah.
yeah, the
Uh,
subject
okay, let's look at the options. Uh, the idea that migraine may not run in families, no, it doesn't mention anything about
No,
not running in
nothing.
between families, right? The fact that migraine is evident in infanthood, uh,
Mm.
no, it's not evident in infanthood. That's not what he says, right? Does he say that it's evident in infanthood? No, he just
Infant.
says, yeah.
The child and infant. Babies.
But he didn't say that's evident in infanthood.
no.
He didn't
It
say
didn't talk
that.
about childhood. It didn't talk about childhood.
Yeah.
Babies.
Now, the fact that the link between childbirth and onset of migraine.
No.
But no,
Yeah. No.
childbirth and
No,
onset,
no,
no.
no.
Suggestion that infant
That is
calling
the
may be linked to
suggestion that
migraine. Okay, there is the answer which you were saying,
yes,
Toby.
yes,
Suggestion that infant colic may be linked to migraine. Yeah.
Linked migraine, yes.
yes.
So, because linked to migraine, colic linked to migraine. How do we know this? When he says,
There is
uh, where is it gone? Yeah, the migraine sufferer were 2.6 times as likely to have a baby with colic. This one,
Mm.
yeah, here. So that's why the answer is
She,
yes. Mhm.
no, I believe the possibility that a baby with a tendency to migraine may not cope.
May
Colic
not
and
cope.
migraine.
Mhm. May not cope with the well with the barrage of they experience as the nervous system starts to mature, and the distress response could be what we call colic. So yeah, this is showing the relation between these two, between colic and migraine. Yeah.
migraine. Yeah.
Okay, so I hope the explanation was going fine. You were understanding the part C, how to attempt it. Toby and Bino, which one are you finding
Yes,
more
sir.
tough? Part C or part B? Or are both of them almost equal?
For me, part B is easier than part C.
Pasta is the toughest.
Okay, no issues. We'll take care of it. Yeah. Okay. Just I'm gonna stop.